Okay, so, we back. We here. And as you can see, I'm not by myself. I got a special guest with me. I'm PAULY. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's going down today. As you saw from the title, we're doing a classic today. We're doing a classic. We're doing Biggie, Notorious B.I.G, Life After Death. That's right. We're going there. We're doing that. We're going there. We're doing that. Classic. We're gonna go straight into a classic today. And as you can see, we got the royal blue on before we hop into the classic.
Yeah.
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up? Get you some.
You gotta get yourself some merch, man.
Get you some.
Get yourself some Team Lionheart merch. You gotta stop playing. You gotta stop playing. We're coming out with some fun. Hit the link in the description box below. You gotta do that. It's classic. It's classic. You know what I'm saying? Just like the album. It's gonna be a classic. It's a classic. And, it's festive. It's a nice color. And we get ready for a party. If you want to go out, if you want to get cozy, if you want to get your lovely lady a gift, or if you want to get your man a gift, or if you just want to get yourself a gift. You know what I mean? You don't have to wait for a special occasion. Just get yourself a gift. Do something nice for yourself. Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. So, get yourself some Team Lionheart merch, royal blue, all that. This is the Know Your Worth edition. I'm going to show you what it says in the back a little later on right now. Right now, we got to focus on Biggie. So, we're going to hop right into that. Okay, so that was the intro. Now, for a lot of people that don't know, Biggie didn't get to live to see the release of his album. He got to complete the second album, but we knew about his death. He died. He died, I believe, I think it was a week or 2 weeks before the album actually dropped. So when you hear an intro like that, it's kind of chilly.
Yeah,
it's creepy. You know what I mean? So it just fits with the theme, because the first album, which y'all remember what we did, it was Ready to Die. And then, not counting the bonus tracks, the last track was Suicidal Thoughts. So it's picking back up to where it actually left off, like a soap opera, like a movie. So that's pretty good. I like that. It's continuing with the theme, Ready to Die, then Life After Death. That's hot. I love concept albums. That's really hot. And then you hear Puffy talking about, damn, we were supposed to rule the world, because Puffy was the person that he was talking to on Suicidal Thoughts over the phone before he shot himself. So, I like that. It's continuation. I love when people follow through with storylines. That's hot. But it's also eerie, because he got killed about 2 weeks, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all gonna correct me anyway. 2 weeks, I think it was, before this drop. And then, shout out to the production, too. The guitar, the sound. It's hot. I like that. I like that. A lot from that little intro right there. What do you think?
Yeah, the album dropped 16 days after his death. So then that introduction, oh man.
Hot.
Yeah, goosebumps for real.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the best introductions maybe ever. Just because of the circumstances alone. Just off the circumstances alone. Because you got to put yourself in that mind frame. Say it's 1997. And Big, whatever happened to Big just happened, you know what I mean? And he just lost his life. And then you cop the album, this is the first thing you hear, you're thinking, oh, shoot. That's crazy. That's what I like to do. I like to put myself in, pretend I'm in that time period, not right now. That's crazy. That's why that gives me a little goosebumps.
I'm sitting in the crib dreaming about Learjets and Snoop. The way Salt shoots and how to sell records like Snoop. Cause I'm a criminal. Way before the rap shit, bust the gap shit. Puff don't even know what happened. Somebody got to die. If I go, you guys are going. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. 3-6, nothing short of a nigga turn around holding the door.
Oh, shit. That's storytelling at its finest. That's what Biggie was amazing at. He was a great storyteller. Amazing. He paints pictures in your head. Y'all remember when I was saying that throughout the Ready to Die album review? And I peeped the first line. He said, how to sell records like Snoop. Oops. For y'all that don't know, this was during a time where, it was
East and West thing going on.
It's an East-West war going on. And Snoop is a Cali guy. He was a death row guy. And, Biggie was obviously a New York guy, So, you know, people thought there was friction, but people didn't know Snoop was actually cool with Biggie. And that was a line to show you, like, he praised Snoop right there, talking about, I'm trying to sell records like Snoop. And then he said, oops, because it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
At the end of the song, he's talking about, he turned around holding his daughter and then they gunned him down. That song is about retaliation. He said, retaliation for this won't be minimal, because I'm a criminal way before the rap shit. Busted gat shit. Puff won't even know what happened. Talking about, I'm gonna do this on the low. Puff don't even have to know about this. You know what I'm saying? Because Puff's the boss. Puff don't gotta know about this. No way you gonna, because they said C-Rock got hit up at the Beacon, you know, and then dude is coming, trying to knock on his door. He sees that he got blood up on his sneakers. He saw that shit just happen.
Yeah.
So he's trying to quiet his dog. He got his guns cocked. He's ready for war. And then in the second verse, he says, at the end of the second verse, he says, come on if you're coming. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come, let's go. If you're not, stay here. It's a retaliation song. He's getting revenge. But that's fucked up. He's turned around holding his daughter. Y'all still gunned him down. That's crazy. And then the production here, the baby crying at the end. I'm like,
Yeah, footsteps, all that shit. Not only is the lyricism, he paints a visual picture for you. They got the ad-libs in the background, planes flying, footsteps, babies crying, all types of shit. So you not only do you see shit off his wordplay, it got the sound effects in the background too.
It's like a movie. It's actually really impressive.
Yeah,
that's actually really hot, especially for when this came out. That's actually really hot, really impressive. You know they were top of the line production back in the day for this team, for Bad Boy. That's crazy. And that beat was knocking. That beat was not. That's the type of beat that y'all saw me. I had my big head just bobbing like a bubble head. That's one of those beats that you just knock and ride to.
Shit stink, pink gators. My Detroit players. Gyms for my hooligans in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Girls wanna do us, screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Papa.
Biggie, biggie, biggie,
Can't you see?
sometimes your words
Just
just
hypnotize me.
Papa freaking, not speaking. Leave the ass leaking like rapper demo.
Hypnotize. I got a lot to say about Hypnotize. Number one, you guys cannot tell me you haven't heard that song before. That is played at every cookout, every barbecue. It's played at every party, even today's parties. It's played at every party. That is what we call a timeless, not classic. That's what I call a timeless banger. That beat, crazy. Biggie's words, even more crazy.
Yeah, that wordplay, crazy.
Puffy's ad-libs, crazy. Everything about this track is, can I even say this word? Swaggy. Everything about this track is just swaggy. The hook is classic, right? Now, for a lot of people that don't know, because there's a lot of people watching this that don't know, that hook is not really an original hook. That hook is actually from the 80s, and it's from Dougie Fresh and a guy called Slick Rick. And Biggie actually recycled that hook and just switched up some lines. So, you know, Biggie, can't you see sometimes your words just hypnotize me? And really, originally it was, oh, Ricky, can't you see sometimes your words just hypnotize me? So I like how Biggie took that. That's still paying homage to hip hop. He's recycling. You can do that. And Biggie made it even more popping than Slick Rick. Sorry, Slick Rick, I love you. But a lot of people that don't like Puffy, all up in Biggie songs or whatnot, listen, Puffy adds a certain flavor because it's like, can he be much? Absolutely. But you know what? It just adds a certain flair to it because you're not really paying attention to Puff's part. Puff's the perfect hype man for Biggie, believe it or not. He does his part really well. He's arrogant, he's conceited, he's all that. But Biggie still incorporate him in his music. Like, you gotta pay attention to Puff to a certain extent, but Biggie's the main attraction. Even little lines, even the wordplay like, S-car go, my car go, 160, swiftly, your crew run, your crew run. He just knows how to draw you in. Biggie was a lyricist, he was a wordsmith, but more importantly, to me, Biggie was a master MC. He wasn't an MC, he was a master MC. He was one of the greatest at doing that. And, like I said, this song gets you bopping. if you don't like this song, if you can't turn up to this song, I'm seriously questioning your musical taste buds, because this shit is hot. And if you haven't seen the video for this,
yeah, the video dead. Yeah.
Go watch the video.
Yeah, the video dead.
Especially the part when they're in the highway in the chase, and then they driving backwards
through the tunnel and all that shit.
Biggie got the cane and he's doing the, that shit is hot.
Especially that scene with the cane though, because he recorded most of the album injured, so he sat down most of the album, so that cane was really true to that video.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Biggie was actually in a car accident. I believe in like September-ish '96, he was in a car accident. Little C's, who was a member of Junior Mafia and Biggie's little cousin, actually was driving and got Biggie in a car accident. Little C's shouldn't have been driving anyway. I know he didn't have his license. You know what I'm saying? Got Biggie into a car accident. Biggie crushed his leg and, you know, had a broken leg. And so Biggie, you know, at this part of his life, had a cane, and it was a fire cane too. It was like one of those pimp canes.
Yeah, man. And it was fitting with the Versace that he wore too.
It fit perfectly. Biggie
he
made
was
it work.
using it in the line too. To Little C's cripple me.
Yeah, he used that in the line. You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They got bitches, they got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still living with my moms, you know what I'm saying? That's my word.
That shit was funny as hell, because they created a whole character. And they went through a whole era of that, yo.
That's what Bad Boy was doing that. They were doing that. It was on Mace's album, Puff's album, Big's album. They had the Mad Rapper skit, and basically, as y'all heard, the Mad Rapper is really mad. And Mace was actually playing Trevin Jones, you know, he's like, well, he's asking the Mad Rapper, well, why are you so mad? And, you know, they had $500,000 videos, they got bitches, and you know what I'm saying? They're driving around in cars, they're ready to die. Shit, it was cool, but his shit is more fire than that.
My shit was more John Blaine.
Fourth album, yo, and he ain't made a dime yet. He's still living with his moms. You know? They were supposed to be coming out Wu-Tang with these skits, supposedly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's something that I found out. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But I heard they were making fun of, because Wu-Tang and Biggie didn't necessarily like each other so much, you know what I'm saying? Because Nas is intertwined with that too, because Biggie and Nas were cool, but Nas and Wu-Tang were cool. And I believe, I don't remember, I think it might have been on Ghostface's album or Raekwon's album. Might have been on the Baby picture. Nas had the Illmatic Baby picture, and then Biggie had Ready to Die. And then, you know, someone was like, yo, you bit Nas shit. You know what I mean? And, you know, Biggie didn't like that ever since. You know, and there was been a little friction. And this is where Kicking the Door is about to play. And I'm going to, after the song is finished, I'm going to explain why the Mad Rapper interlude is coming at Wu-Tang.
The flip on that cat with that grip on rap, the most shady. Frank to kick the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. I drop unexpectedly like bird shit. You herbs get. This goes out for those that choose to use disrespectful views on the king of NY.
Number one, I'm gonna keep saying this throughout the project. That beat is knocking. I'm gonna say that for every song. That beat is knocking.
Primo.
Number two, he threw shots at Nas. He threw shots at Nas on that one. And just to confirm it, in a later album of Nas, I think it was Godson, on the last song, Last Real Nigga Alive, Nas said, who you think, y'all know about my Biggie Wars, who you think Kicking the Door was for? You know what I'm saying?
So that was some real shit right there.
That was real.
To admit that though.
That was real. Even on It Was Written, on the song The Message, he says, there's one life, one love, so there can only be one king. He's talking about the king of New York. Who's the king of New York? Because, you know, Source Magazine had Biggie as the king of New York. That was a cover. I know my history. They had Biggie as the king of New York. Nas didn't take that so well. Nas was like, wait, hold on. I just dropped Illmatic. I gotta prove it. But now Biggie is retorting, you know, because Nas and Biggie were throwing subliminals at each other the whole entire time. A lot of people didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's one of them lines. This goes out to those that use disrespectful views on the king of NY. That was him going at Nas, because Nas was claiming to be the king of New York.
Nas is like, I'm the guy. Big's like, took home, ready to die, went home and studied shit. Now on some money shit, successful out the blue. Because Illmatic, even though Illmatic is critically acclaimed, Illmatic wasn't mainstream. Illmatic didn't put money in Nas's pockets like that. You know what I'm saying? It was until he dropped It Was Written where people was like, oh, Nas is more commercial. Nas is getting more music videos going. Nas is becoming more mainstream. People were starting to realize who Nas really was. Illmatic was more for like the hip hop heads. He got respect, especially because he brought Queens back. And then he came out with a juggernaut of a debut in the hip hop world. It Was Written was hip hop, but it was mainstream. You know what I mean? It was mainstream. If I Ruled the World, that one song got more radio play than anything Illmatic ever had dropped at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Biggie, when Ready to Die came out, Biggie had singles that were ready for the radio. Juicy, One More Chance, Big Papa, Warning. Biggie had singles, so he was getting, he already had the formula with Ready to Die for a successful debut. Not that Illmatic wasn't successful, but I'm talking about on a mainstream level, not on just some really good music level. So that's why Biggie said, took home, Ready to Die, went home and studied shit. Now you on some money shit, successful out the blue. And you still recouping, stupid, you know? And he's calling Nas like, cause Nas admitted that he did get some money off Illmatic, but he went broke after that. Cause he spent all his money on this, that, and the third. He wasn't smart with his money. On It Was Written, when he started getting money, he started becoming more conservative with his money. He got smarter with his money. Biggie always been smart with his money. Always, you know what I mean? Since he got put on. He got so-called beefs with thugs, leprechauns, and rapper dons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Wu-Tang style.
Going at Wu-Tang, going at Nas, going at Tupac, throwing his subliminals. He's throwing his subliminals. Biggie would kill you with the subliminals. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people don't like that subliminal shit. I'm more of a say the person's name type of guy. But
they said that he had subliminals though because Nas used to be his guy.
Yep.
But then he was fucking with the Wu-Tang and he ain't like that.
Right.
So he said, this still could be my guy after the fact, but I'm gonna hit you with this subliminal because just in case it may go bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
That's why he used that line. I can't believe you run with them.
Yeah. You know, I can't believe you run with them because they got coming on. They got coming on because they're nothing but dicks. Oh my Lord.
Trying to blow up that nitro and dynamite sticks. A shot at J. With the Damager too.
It was.
Because J. With the Damager had that day one shit.
I'm glad you caught that. I'm glad you said that.
Nobody don't know that because J. With the Damager fell off the map. And people really like, where's he at? But it was a stab at J. With the Damager too.
J. With the Damager, man, when he was hot, when he came out, he was hot. He was hot. And then he didn't follow up on it, and it completely, Jeru came out at the right time. He came out at the right time. He just never followed up on it. You know what I mean? And plus, he never sold out. He never dropped no mainstream. Jeru was straight underground.
Yeah, underground. Papito and Stretch.
Yeah, straight hip-hop. You know, like, he's straight knowledgeable wisdom guy. You know what I mean?
Not to say there's nothing wrong with that, but...
Nothing wrong with that. But he's... Yeah, you know what I mean? He fell off bad. But I love Drew the Damager. We're going to get into some Drew the Damager in the future. We're going to do that.
Remember when I used to play between your legs? You begged for me to stop because you know where it would head. Straight to your mother's bed. Fine. Like a wide-faced Rolex, you just shine. I like that waistline. Then fuck your limbs up. All because you like the way my Benz was rimmed up.
Almost got me singing some vocals. They almost got me in my R&B bag right there. That song was definitely for the ladies out there. He plans on fucking you tonight. You know what I'm saying? He plans on, you know what I mean? And they don't make music like that no more. They don't make R&B like that no more. Hip hop R&B like that no more. That was amazing, and I'm so glad he put that where he did in the album, because you had the intro, which was like a movie. In the hospital, you hear the heartbeat, you hear the monitor. You have the second track, a retaliation track. You know what I'm saying? Talking that gun talk. And you got the party track, Hypnotizes the club banger. Then you got the diss track, the subliminal diss track, Kicking the Door. Now you got the love song. You're getting your love song off now. He's showing you versatility just off the first few tracks alone.
Yeah, the range, man. The range was something with him.
Biggie's range was unlimited. I know that there's cancel culture. I know that exists. And I know that R. Kelly's on this track singing that beautiful ass hook. Now, how we feel about R. Kelly personally, the man, I could care less about the man. I think he's a scumbag.
Yeah, sure you want.
He's a straight scumbag, and he deserves to suffer for what he did. But this is not about R. Kelly the man. This is about the music. Now, fuck Robert Kelly, but R. Kelly,
Yeah,
the musician, I don't give a damn what any of y'all say. I'm not gonna stop bumping R. Kelly's music. I'm just not.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest, man.
R. Kelly, I can't cancel R. Kelly's music. I can cancel him, I can't cancel his music. The man don't drop too much classics. That hook, that bridge, you know what I'm saying?
That bridge.
Smooth.
And one time for Deron Jones, who produced it too.
Love when Biggie throws in his Jamaican influence and throws in some Jamaican bars. I wish he had a chance to embrace his Jamaican culture a little bit more. Like when he says, I like the way you throw it upon me.
I know you want to throw it upon me.
That shit was hard. That was my
no
favorite.
love making, strictly back breaking.
Yeah.
Till I live to my last day, getting honeys that be nasty.
You will speak to you. 3 niggas with hoodies and bats. That nigga bringing them cold.
You already know what it's
I gotta head back to this one.
My man had a thug and him did his bid with it. He married to the game but never have a kid with it.
Make you a classic like my first LP. Beef for me is unhealthy.
I just fucking caught that. I heard this song how many times in my life I just fucking caught that. Oh my God, he threw shots at Pac in this.
Yeah, man, collapse lung.
He said collapse lung. Oh shit, cause
and then shit, Nas on in a grill piece. So that was the entendre. Nazu. Nas on your grill piece.
It's all shit.
Yo, the wordplay and the entendres for him or something, man.
This dude is wildin', bro. He said collapse lung. Fuck around and get an ulcer. Lose your pulse more. Oh, whoa. There, cause y'all don't know. When Pac got shot that final time, they ended up taking a lung away, and he was on a respiratory machine. Oh shit, collapsed lung. Wow. But I want to talk about LOX. This is Big's album. We're gonna talk about Big a lot. LOX. First of all, Sheik, highly underrated member of LOX.
Highly underrated, especially during this time though. He gets his lights now.
He gets his shine now.
But back then it was
all about either Kiss versus Styles.
Yeah.
Sheik was just more of like the enforcer of the crew. Like he was there. People fucked with Sheik, but they were like, nah, Jada versus Styles. People like to say Jada. Some people like to say Styles.
Like he was just a bodyguard in a group that just rhymed and shit.
Right. Sheik was spitting on that opening verse.
He always did though.
Oh my God. But the setup for Jada.
The way the beat trips.
The way the beat trips. And then Jada just comes in. You already know what it's about. When we run up in your house, put the gun into your... Come on, man.
The money off the couch.
Oh my God. You could be living in the suburbs. You just felt hood for a second. You felt hood for a second. That's what it was like. LOX gets not enough appreciation in my opinion. They not just was on a song with Biggie. That was a line from Jadakiss. I did songs with Big, no made up shit. You did do songs with Big. You're on the album, bro. You're on the album. But not only were you on the song with Big, you stood your ground. You didn't get blown out. Kiss was there. Kiss stood his ground. Styles stood his ground. Sheik stood his ground. They just meshed well together. And crazy to think that they all were signed to Bad Boy. Bad Boy had a roster.
They had a roster, man. They had a roster, man.
They had a freaking roster. Big, LOX, Faith, Carlos Thomas, Mace, Black Rob, G-Dep. Come on, man.
Had
112
D-Dot on the production.
D-Dot. You had who's married to Faith Evans right now? Stevie J. And then you got Total. 112. Bad Boy had a roster.
Yeah, they had a roster.
They had a roster, and that's not even talking about Junior Mafia, C's Little Kim, who weren't really signed to Bad Boy. They were signed somewhere else, but they were always featured on Bad Boy tracks. They were basically like family. Yeah.
Curious to know what the first verses sound like, because Big had them rewrite their shit.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had them rewrite their shit to fit the song a little better. To say that the first verses was trash, because they don't never, no matter what they do, they never put out no trash.
Never heard no boo boo from them.
But it was more mixtape. They said it was more mixtape oriented
and album oriented.
Yeah, so he had them rewrite it so it could fit the song a little better.
That's crazy. It got me thinking, were they spitting too gritty?
Yeah, they spit,
because they spit kind of gritty here. They must have went overboard.
They went real freestyle lyrically on the first one. This is Jadakiss Styles P's words.
I would love to hear
those. Yeah, man.
I would love to hear.
I pay good money just to hear those original bars. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Cats home screaming the fights on. I'm in the 1500 seats watching tights on.
I'm popping magnums while jigging back something. Puts on Lakers, gassed off Shaq. Country house, tennis courts, and horseback. Riding beside.
More than you know.
Okay. That song does sound dated. It does. It definitely sounds like 97. But it's so hot. It's still hot. It knocks. And plus you got Jay-Z and Biggie going back and forth. Them two, every time they collab, they killed it. We got robbed of future Jay-Z Biggie projects and songs and shit. They were supposed to have the commission. That was supposed to be
commission.
Biggie, Jay-Z, and I believe Charlie Baltimore. That's a weird mix, I know. Charlie Baltimore, but I think Charlie Baltimore and Biggie were a thing.
Yeah.
They were a thing. I think, like, in the past song, he's like, beef is my fiance, I'm about to marry it. I believe Charlie Baltimore was the fiance, if I'm not mistaken. You know?
One time, yeah.
But Jay-Z talking about me and Biggie playing Monopoly, but using real money. You know what I mean? We play Monopoly, but they're using real money. That's gangster.
Jay-Z implemented himself in that Tupac shit too, man. With the same night, same fight, one of us cats ain't playing right. I'll let you tell it. That's one of the reasons why Tupac was like, what? He did that bomb first and he threw Jay in there.
Jay-Z was guilty by association. See,
yeah, man. Yeah.
Even to this day, Jay's Big's little brother. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Being Biggie's little brother. That's a good person to have as a big brother, as a mentor. You know what I mean? But you definitely was following in Biggie's footsteps. You followed Biggie's keys to success. Because everything Jay's doing right now, I felt like Biggie would have done first. That's me personally. I'm not saying Jay-Z wouldn't have been successful. I'm not even saying Jay-Z wouldn't have been a billionaire. I still think Jay would have been a billionaire.
He still would have been Jay.
He still would have been Jigga. But I just feel like Biggie would have been right there with him. Because they both has really smart minds. Big was a really smart dude. He may have not finished high school, but don't get it twisted. Biggie was a straight A student. Biggie knew how to get money. And he knew how to market too. You know, and the commission, we got robbed of the commission.
We got robbed, man.
That name sounds hot. The commission. Oh my lord. And you got Junior Mafia, and he still had the Bad Boy clique. They was gearing up ready. They was gearing up being ready.
The commission, Uncle Pauly.
And we just talked about the commission.
See, check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. Beef is when you need two gas to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the street. There be nothing but smooth sailing. When I spit shots, now your crew's bailing.
That is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard in my life. I love What's Beef. That just the way it starts off with that Godfather sound and music, that Italian Godfather mob music. Right now, that should let you know, alright, he's not about to play no games. And then, you know, that hook was beef. He's telling you what beef is.
Yeah, because the word beef was thrown around real loosely. Like, we had an argument, people say we beefing.
Yeah.
Something real small happened, we had beef.
That's beef.
Like, nah,
that's not beef. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets.
That's beef.
Beef is when you roll no less than 30 deep.
That's beef. Just a shot at Nas though, it's like, yo, everybody, because everybody, especially if you from the hood, everybody wanted to be hood. When Biggie came out, he kind of gave everybody a blueprint of how to be mainstream and still maintain
your hood persona.
Yeah.
Like you was still hood, but you could now associate and make money doing commercials or movies, or he had that personality, but he was still valid in the hood.
Yeah, man.
He was good at that.
Yeah, that's one of the things I loved about him. He had that impact right there. That made the hood not have to realize they had to be hood. But it didn't really take too well with the locks in them, because they still stayed on that. Yeah,
the locks was hood.
Once in a while they try to throw in something that could stick to mainstream, but
it didn't have that massive appeal. We said in the beginning, he shot out the commission. That was gonna be a thing.
The commission, man.
So anybody that was like, oh, the commission wasn't gonna be real, that was just a plan. Nah, he just confirmed it, the commission.
B.I.G is making this cream. Bitches always say, what the hell does that mean?
Hey, I didn't even know about that. That's fire. That was a quick little interlude. That was quick. That was straight to the point. What he did was hip hop right there. That was hip hop at its essence. He went 80s style right there.
Damn, who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell on the store? I'm the C to the A to the B to the Y. I know you rather see me die than see me fly.
B.I.G, P.O, P.P.A, no info for the D.E.A.
So hard, and that's so much facts. That's a gem right there. The more money you make, the more problems you get. That is so true.
Especially in our community.
Oh my Lord, that is so true. Because people think, oh, you making more money, you can buy yourself more things, you get more happy, you can do this and do that. But they're not telling you that you got to deal with more bills. They're not telling you that out of nowhere, you got cousins and families and more friends, and now you got to deal with snakes and fakes. They're not telling you that. And then on top of that, you become even more of a target.
Yeah, people count in your pockets.
They count in your pockets, you become that much more of a target. They're not telling you that aspect of it, but Biggie was. And a little fun fact about this song, this was actually Mace's song, and this was supposed to be on Harlem World, which I could see how this song would fit on Harlem World too. But Puff's like, nah, this is for Biggie.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me.
Oh yes, because the original, I believe Biggie had a verse. I don't think Puff had a verse. I think it was 2 Mace verses and a Biggie verse, if I'm not mistaken. Biggie had that verse, Mace had that first verse, and then Mace had another verse. But that second verse got replaced, and he wrote for Puff, and Puff implemented himself into the song, so they just had the 3 of them, and they put it on Big's album, which, and actually was a smart move, because not that Biggie needed More Money, More Problems for his album Real Life After Death to sell the way it did and everything like that. Without More Money, More Problems, this album still would have been amazing. Honestly, he didn't even really need the song, but it's still a better move because everybody knew. I'm sure everybody in the Bad Boy camp, they heard the album before it actually came out. I'm pretty sure they knew, okay, this album's gonna be the one. You have More Money, More Problems, you're just gonna put it to the next level. Because More Money, More Problems is a smash hit. That's a smash hit. They play this at, same thing like Hypnotized. They play this at parties, they play this at clubs, they play this at high school graduation parties, they play this in whatever, and it's on people's playlists. This is one of those songs that are just recognizable. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me you never heard of Hypnotized or More Money, More Problems. I'm not going for that. I don't care how young you are, I know you heard these songs at least once in your life. I'm not saying you have to know the lyrics, I'm saying I know you heard it. I know your ears have heard that. It's too poppin'. It's too popular of a song. Mace's verse was hot, you know what I'm saying? Mace's has a nice flow, and to me, Mace is a highly underrated person. Y'all know how I feel about Mace. I think had Mace never retired, that first go around, Mace would have been bigger than Drake. I say that a million times. Mace was on that level. Mace was gonna be on that level. And then Puff Puff made a prediction, 10 years from now, we still gonna be on top. Yo, I thought I told you that we won't stop. 10 years later, which would have been what, 2007, Bad Boy was still on, Puff was still on top. But Puff was still making money. Lyrically, physically, can't you see B.I.G. be flossing, Jig on the cover of Fortune, Jig, Jay-Z, Jigga on the cover of Fortune. That's another prophecy that came true. Jay-Z's on Fortune 100.
Yeah. With that being Mace's song and them taking the input on this album is also fitting too, because that was like really only one of the only features that Mace was on his album.
Right, because had they gave this to Mace, Harlem World came out later in '97. This was because Puffy dropped in '97 too. Puff, I believe, dropped June '97, but Biggie dropped in March '97. So Biggs was the first to come out. So More Money, More Problems come out, I believe, before Harlem World came out. You put More Money, More Problems on Harlem World, it would still do numbers, but it makes more sense to put it with Big because number one, Biggie gets that love. The video was made after Biggie unfortunate passing, but you know, it makes more sense. It makes more sense. You associate More Money, More Problems with Biggie. Who's the first person you hear on the song though? You hear Mace. You know what I mean? So Mace is the introduction. So it's a perfect leeway to Mace. And now, you're right, More Money, More Problems, the music video and the song is one of the features, because Mace was being featured before he actually dropped his own single, which was, I believe, Feel So Good as his first single. Yeah, Feel So Good. And so, you know, you had Can't Hold Me Down. You know, these PhD niggas can't hold me down. That's what we call it, a player hating degree. If we call you that, if you a player hater, if you a hater, if you just hating,
and you just do it all the time.
You a PhD nigga. You have a player hating degree. You know, that's fine. We got to bring that terminology back. That's actually pretty witty. And so Mace was on Can't Hold Me Down. Then he was on the 112 song Only You, the remix. I think that was his introduction actually. Yeah, and now you put him on More Money, More Problems. It just works. And then he's on the Been Around the World music video. So it's a good lead up for Mace. So Mace doesn't really get robbed here. Not at all. So if anything, they're throwing Mace a pretty big alley-oop. Because now when Mace has his own single, which ended up being Feel So Good, you're predicted to do a smash hit. Just off the numbers alone. And aside from the fact that it's a really good song, that's just the cherry on top. It's like, don't let the, now we're giving you the rock, don't drop the ball.
Today's a slugs up in between. Their eyes like true lies, kill them and flee the scene. See, just like us, picture me being scared of a nigga that breathed the same air as me. Puerto Rican, Gloria, from Astoria. I went to war with her peeps in 91.
Storytelling. See? That's
pictures.
Storytelling. Just the simplest lines when he's talking about popped open the briefcase and I saw nothing but Franklin faces. Saw nothing but hundreds. Saw nothing but hundreds. There was money in that briefcase. Gloria from Astoria, you know, she was the manager of Puerto Rican and he used to go to war with her peeps back in 91. Oh my God, and they stole a gun. Oh yeah, that shit is like, that shit is crazy. It was a mob movie.
Yeah, it's a mob
movie. And then you got the sound of just like somebody's got to die. You said you heard the sound effects and it just adds. Yeah. It just fucking adds. Oh my God,
it's
bro.
a movie, man.
Oh
it's
my
a movie.
God. And then shout out to 112. He gave a couple shout outs to 112.
Yeah, 112.
What's shaking?
Right by the staircase.
Tell him Blanco sent you. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Shit.
He paints another picture for you.
I got this, but that ass fat. She got a body, make a nigga wanna eat that. I'm fucking with you. I'm up in the shit she kick. All the shit's legit. She get dick from a player off the New York Knicks. Nigga trip from love close as shit. Blast the heat on him. He stood emotionless, dropped the glass, screaming, don't blast. Hit the stash, 100 cash.
One of the kings of storytelling.
Yo, he paints pictures.
One of the kings of storytelling.
He paints pictures, man.
So not only does he give you the story, but then after he's done giving you the story, he's telling you the story
of the story he
just rapped. That's a flex right there.
Yeah, it is, man.
And it's also for anybody that didn't understand the story, which really, this is one of his simpler stories because he's actually going easy on this. He's telling you the story, but he's not telling you directly. He's making you feel like because he made me feel like I was there hanging with him and the boys.
Yeah.
Because he's in a cypher with his boys, just chilling, talking about, you won't believe what happened to me. Because he just got done rapping to us. So now, it's like breaking the fourth wall. He just got done rapping to us. So
Perfect
now
way to say it.
he's in a room with his boys, telling them what just transpired to him the other day. He's like, you won't believe what happened to me the other day. And then about a girl from the club, you know what I'm saying? I'm messing with her, I'm doing whatever. And then it's like, yo, man, 6'5" nigga, play for the Knicks. It's like he said in the story, a Knick player. You know what I'm saying? Comes to the crib. She sends him downstairs to get a drink. You know what I mean? Comes back upstairs. Big's like, oh shit. Big's letting his boys know he's scared. Like, oh shit. He didn't expect all this. And then it's like, oh wait, he forgot he had his Roscoe with him. You know what I'm saying? Roscoe, he forgot he had a gun with him. He had a piece on him. So, you know, he comes. Dude come back upstairs. Biggie pulls the gun out. Dude drops the glass. You know what I'm saying?
He pissed himself.
Looked like he pissed himself. You know, of course Biggie had no intention to shoot, but it's just more like, nigga, nah, it's not going down. You ain't gonna put no hands on me.
Yeah, you can see it all too, cause it's like he's telling you that the girl he fucking with is scared for him. But he's like, she don't know I'm cool as a fan, got a hand.
Right.
I don't want to blast her, man. Like,
Biggie was chilling.
Like, yo, you worried for me. You didn't worry about that guy. Like,
Biggie's chilling. She shook. Biggie's chilling because Biggie's like, I got my Roscoe with me. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And the dude looked like he pissed himself. He dropped the glass. He dropped his drink, you know? So then he proceeds to go to the carpet, yank it, and pull out mad hundreds. He's trying to give him money. Biggie pulls out a sack. Takes the money in 2 words. I'm gone. Yeah. He takes the money and dips.
That's supposed to be somewhat of a true story too. And the guy was supposed to be Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason.
On and dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up, we no angel dust. Label us notorious.
7 a.m. in the morning with Kenny bean and green and nicotine. Test now. Contain never else surrender, no pretend. Pick up my pen and my hand. One of my trusted friends.
That beat, oh my lord, man. That beat.
I just closed my eyes and just picture them in the studio doing that shit. Like,
first of all, Bone Thugs and Harmony, shout out to them. They are so underrated. Bone Thugs and Harmony don't get enough respect, in my opinion, as an all-time great act. They are just amazing. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. But one thing about them is they can rap really, really fast, especially Busy Bone. Hard to keep up sometimes, but I was able to keep up this time because I was loaded and locked. I was ready. I was locked in for this one. And they was talking some shit, you know what I mean? And for one thing I did a little research. I heard that Bone Thugs and Harmony was throwing some shots. They were coming at some people with this. Like, I think there was a group called Do or Die. They're coming at Do or Die. And there was a few other miscellaneous people that were coming at. No, nobody really too top tier, nothing, but just a couple of people Bone Thugs feel like they had to throw a shot at. So I respect them for that. You do what you gotta do. Now, one thing that I do know about this for 100% fact is Biggie had a whole different verse for this song. And Biggie was actually rapping in a slower tone, but then he heard Bone Thugs rap and he heard the finished product and Biggie's like, oh, I gotta change. So then he changed his rap up and he spit faster. So that's why his flow, he sounded really rushed and faster because he was trying to match the energy of Bone Thugs and Harmony. He was trying to match Busy, Crazy Bone, and I think it was Lazy Bone, forgive me if I'm wrong. He was trying to match their energy, trying to match their speed. But in this scenario, I think it's good that he throws subliminals because for him, it's like a little inside joke, you know? And if it's one of those things where it's like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? So-called beef with you know who. If you know, you know. If you really don't know, don't worry about it. Somebody will fill you in. You know what I mean? Big's like, you're not gonna hear it from me. Just, it's one of those things where if you know, you know. Yeah,
and they problems, they really acting on their problems, so he didn't really need to go directly at them because they was really acting on their shit behind the scenes of the shit.
Right, you know? It's one of those things where it's like, one of Puffy's things that he loves to say is bad boy moves in silence. That's not a lie. Puff's not lying. Bad boys do move in silence. And that's not necessarily a good thing if they move in silence. If your enemy is moving in silence, it's not always a good thing. That's a scary thing. And unfortunately, we kind of know the results of what ended up happening.
Yeah.
You know, we lost two great, we lost two of the greatest in my opinion. And I know people be like, oh, they're the greatest because they didn't. No, they were the greatest because they were the greatest, in my opinion. But
yeah, the impact they had.
You know what I mean? But Big and Bone Thugs and Harmony is something that we all thought we never needed. We needed that shit. I wish we had another Bone Thugs and Harmony. And shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. They're the only people to ever have a song with Eazy-E, a song with Biggie, and a song with Tupac. They're the only ones that can make that claim. That's heat. That's a hard ass chorus. It's Bone and Biggie.
Who would have thought that would have been a hard chorus though?
Like, it's so simple, but it's so fun. Let's ride, get high. Oh shit, that's crazy.
To get another Stevie J.
Shout out Stevie J. Hey, Stevie J, you got some credentials under your belt, man.
Some hitting, because if I don't pull out that sheet and read the credits, man, I wouldn't know you was on the credits.
Yo, producers deserve love too, man, because y'all make the beat. Y'all help produce the beat. You know, the beat makers, the producers, the engineers, all y'all should get enough love too.
Yeah, it's that Stevie J and Diddy. I can't picture Diddy doing anything.
I wonder if Diddy just does like, he's one of them.
There.
Like, he probably right. He's probably, let me turn it up high. And I put my name in the credits. let me get that paper. Take that.
You know that sound you use right there? Just turn that sound up a little.
Turn it up. All right, now put me in the credits. You know what I'm saying?
That shit fucked me up, man.
Shit fucked a whole lot of niggas up.
Yeah, man. I love that nigga O2. That was my motherfucking heart.
Word up.
We rock flat tops, our girls rock doobies. Made a killing, even though the D's knew me. You topsy-turvy, you win some, you lose some. Damn, they lost a brother, their mother lost a son.
Yeah. Okay, that was a beautiful song.
Yeah, it was.
Sonically, it was beautiful. 112 doesn't ever hit, they don't ever miss, in my opinion. Especially in the Bad Boy era, they never missed. So, you know, in the beginning of the song, Biggie's talking about he had a friend named O. And you know, O used to gas Biggie up like, oh, you're not gonna sell no more. You once you get signed, once you get put on,
we
you're gonna blow.
we ain't gonna have to do this hustling shit no more.
He's like, this is for you. You're gonna make it. You're gonna blow. You're gonna be the guy. And then his boy gets killed. His boy gets shot. You know, and on the second verse, you know, he explains how his boy gets his brains blown out, which is horrible to hear. And how the death affects him and affected a lot of people, and that his baby mom, she's mad at Biggie, you know, but of course she's just mad in general, but she's trying to put the blame on somebody, so she's mad at Biggie. His brothers understand it's part of the game. That's just how it goes, you know, so they're more understanding. They're hurting, but they're understanding. They know it is what it is. Like, they know
something that happened.
They know what it's about. His mom, she's sad because she lost a son. You know what I mean? So it's hard to look her in the eyes. You know, and then he explains how a mom just lost a son, and then they just lost a brother, or they lost a father. You know what I mean? Because when you die, a lot of people don't really think about it like that. Like, hey, that's somebody's son. You know what I mean? That's somebody's husband or baby father, or that's somebody's brother. Like, you are somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I hate when people say, oh, you're a nobody. You're somebody.
Yeah. You
were somebody to something. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as an unimportant person. You're somebody to something. You know, and it's horrible how you got to hear someone gets a life taken away. It's horrible to hear something like that, especially if they seem like they're coming with good energy, and you know you were loved by certain people. You know, you come with good energy, supporting your guy, talking about he gonna make it big or whatever, and he made it big. And not only did he make it big, he makes a memorial song about you. Unfortunately, a memorial song about you, and it goes on a Diamond album.
Diamond, man.
And here we are in 2021 talking about someone we don't even know. You're forever immortalized. You're immortalized through the music. You're not just on an album either. You're on a timeless album. Amazing. You know what I mean? The power of storytelling, the power of music, the power of just sharing a memory. You know, now a Diamond album means over 10 million. So that means over 10 million people
know the story,
know who this guy is. That's amazing. You know what I mean? So I don't, probably that must do his family good or something like that. And then in the third verse, he's talking about a girl that he was cool with, just like a little sister to him. No romantic relationship, just like a little sister to him. Meant a lot to him, to the point where even his girl got jealous, like they thought that dude were doing something, and it was completely innocent. That was his heart. That was a shorty that he was, you know what I'm saying, that he was really cool with. That was his little sister. And she started messing with a big time player, you know, and one night across from the convenience store, there was somebody that starts running up to the car. They get shot at. The dude survives, the player survives, but she don't. And you could tell that hurt him too. So he's faced some tragedy in his life. Sonically sounds good. I felt a low-key felt a little guilty bopping my head to it, but I can't lie. This shit is hard, dog. I can't lie.
Kind of conflicted.
Y'all need to get yourself a Team Lion hoodie and get
yourself, man.
Get yourself one too.
You
know what I'm saying?
Pink on the back, man.
Know your worth,
man. Know your worth.
Know your worth.
That goes perfect for us too, cause you gotta know your worth.
Know your worth. Biggie knew his worth.
He made y'all know it too. So if you ain't have empathy for his situations, he painted these pictures and he made you feel his empathy, man. He made you have empathy.
I have empathy. I certainly got it. Do you? If you don't, get yourself a hoodie and then get yourself some empathy.
Man.
And if it's too hot where you at, I got tank tops. I got t-shirts. Y'all not clicking the link. Y'all really don't love me. I'm going hard for y'all, and y'all really don't love. Y'all not showing me no love, man.
I mean, you don't have to look at us. You can just scroll up real quick.
Check it out.
That link right there.
You know what I'm saying? Just check it out. Just the link in the description. In the description box. Get the link in and just check it out. Check it out. Help yourself. You know what I'm saying? Treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
Yeah.
To get you back, I ain't gonna try like this, y'all. My girl fucked another nigga dick, y'all.
Remember when you said you would die for me? Shit, all of that was just lied to me.
No auto-tune needed. You hear the wrong cut singing of Biggie. I could tell had he not died, he would have did more of that in the future. He knew he can't sing for shit, and he made it work. Kim can't sing for shit. She made it work. Why? Because they were confident. They owned it. And surprisingly, it worked. Wasn't too crazy about the beat. I could care less about the beat. It's an old school. They remixed. It's an old school 80s sounding beat. I could care less about the beat. I could care less about that.
Once again, Stevie J.
Stevie J, you fucked up on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I will say, Biggie and Kim saved it. They saved it, and Toxic. That's fucking toxic as hell.
Yeah, the funny thing about the song is that them two was really fucking with each other, and they made light of their situation because everybody knew that Biggie was fucking with Charlie, then he was fucking with Flavor, then he was fucking with so-and-so, and then so-and-so, and they made light of that in the song. Right,
you know, Kim was really, I don't like to use this terminology, but for this situation I gotta use it. Little Kim was really Biggie's bitch. And she'll be the first one to tell you that. She don't deny it. Shout out for Kim for not denying that, by the way. And Biggie has gone on record saying, Kim is my bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's mine. You know what I mean? Like, Biggie was really protective over little Kim. Sort of too protective. And it got me thinking, well, dog, why you never just, you know what I mean? Why you never just pursue it? Like, why you never just made a relationship out of it?
Leaving Kennedy on the LAX.
Oh. Cali?
Oh, man.
It's the N-O-T-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. Think you're not gonna stop. Give it LA pride. All I got is beef with those that violate me. I shall annihilate me.
It's a good song.
I didn't like the song, man.
Really?
I was conflicted with the song because you know what happened.
Yeah. It's a good song sonically, and he's supposedly supposed to be paying homage to California. However, I wasn't 100% feeling it. Not because it wasn't sounding good, but because the things behind the song. Number one, going back to Cali, we know he should have never went back to Cali.
And especially around that time, though. That
was a mistake. Number two, at that time, people in Cali wasn't taking it like it was a homage. They were sort of like, yo, fuck you, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? Now you're not gonna go home. We're gonna make sure of that. That's how they were perceiving it. Cause y'all gotta remember, man, you can't just have this whole East Coast, West Coast, even though the media perpetrated it and they made it worse, it wasn't really an East Coast, West Coast.
It was him and him.
It was him and him, you know. It still was like, they don't like you, you know, and they just lost their man 6 months prior. You in Cali, on the radio, kind of clowning him. You're not even sounding remorseful. You're coming to the clubs trying to party here. They don't want you in Cali, bro. You know? And you hear in the beginning of the skit, Diddy's like, yeah, you know, we got to make that money. Biggie hit you with the, whoa, Cali? Biggie didn't want to go to Cali. You know what I mean? He didn't want to go. Even though it's a skit, it's real.
Yeah, it's real, man. They're going back to Cali. I think the people from Cali got offended because, and I just looked up, 9/5, Snoop Dogg came out with New York.
Mm-hmm.
And it was he tried to play it like it was an ode to New York, but he was shitting on New York. That's why they shot up the trailer when he came there to do the video.
Yeah.
So when they hear going back to Cali, they thinking that he's being funny about Cali the same way Snoop was like, about New York.
Like Snoop said, what? New York, big city of dreams, but everything in New York ain't always what it seems. I know LL Cool J actually had this originally. So, like I said, Biggie's a student of hip hop. He's a student of the game, and in this album, we have seen some instances where he's giving homage to the '80s, to the earlier generation, and especially with that interlude and some of the things. And this could have been one of those things. Originally, that's what it was meant for, but it was perceived as something else, and he should have used his judgment of maybe this wasn't the best time to do. Like, Who Shot Ya? Who Shot Ya, when that was put out, that was the worst time to put that out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 crack commandments. Why? I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. It's rules to the shit. I wrote me a manual too. Never let them know your next move. Don't you know bad boys move in silence and violence? Take it from your highness.
Primo.
That's in the
shout out to Public Enemy too, man. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He gave you the crack commandments, man. The 10 crack commandments.
Blueprint to the hood, man.
He gave you the 10 crack commandments. And everything you were saying, yo.
That ain't just crack, man. It's just life in the hood, man.
He gave you the hood commandments. And they all make sense, yo. You don't mix money and business. Keep your family and business completely separated. Money and blood don't mix like two dicks and no bitch. You find yourself in serious shit.
Oh.
One of those songs that every time I hear it, I instantly feel good. I don't know why. I love hearing the 10 crack commandments. That beat, I just love Primo's beats too. And then the beat, Biggie and Primo needed to hook up some more, man.
Yeah, man.
Gosh darn it, man. They need to hook up some more. I think they need to have, if they have any more Biggie leftovers, I think they need to pass them over to Primo. Pass them over to Primo, let's just drop an album. Let's just do it. 2021, let's just do it.
Lay on the floor. You've been wrong.
Please don't hate me because I'm beautiful, baby.
Facts. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Give Puffy a lot of credit. That dude's an entertainer. He's an entertainer. I cannot lie. My man entertains. He do. And like I said earlier, he's the perfect hype man for Biggie. To the point where
you're the perfect yin and yang.
They meshed well together. I'm not gonna lie. They meshed so well together, and Puffy was the perfect hype man to the point you thought Biggie was the CEO of Bad Boy. You thought like Bad Boy was Biggs, when really it was the little guy. It was Puff's. You know what I mean? Puff was the shot caller. Big was the main attraction. It worked hand in hand. They both knew their roles. You know what I mean? And it's like Puff could never front on Biggie because he knew he needed Biggie. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy how that works out. But as great as Biggie was, Puff's little ad-libs makes it that much little better.
Platinum Chanel cologne and I stay dressed to impress.
I never realized Nasty Girl is from Nasty Boy. I just realized the song Nasty Girl. Remember that song Nasty Girl? I just realized. Nasty Boy is cool. I like Nasty Girl better, I'm not gonna lie. But Nasty Boy was cool. But I just fucking realized, because the first verse, they used it on Nasty Girl, and then the flow of the second verse from Nasty Boy, they used it for Puff's verse on the second verse of Nasty Girl. I never peeped because I never paid attention.
About Nasty Girl too. They approached Prince.
Oh, they did?
They approached Prince to feature on it because it's supposed to be a sample from his group, something 6, Rhythm 6 or something like that.
Wow.
So they wanted to get Prince on it, but
he not.
I don't know. It never happened. So I don't know if he told him no, or their schedules conflicted or whatever.
Damn, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. That would have been iconic. That skit in the beginning. Yeah, he nasty. He nasty for that. Yeah. So he a nasty boy for that. He a nasty boy.
Yeah, he's a funny nigga because how he said it, like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that shit. And then he continued on with, so after I shitted on him.
After I shit, yeah. It's like, I'm not shitting on you by not calling you. I'm not shitting on you like that. But when he's just like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? Hit it after I shit? Like, what am I? So after I shit's on the bitch, you know?
Because when he came out with the phrase, he went from ashy to classy. I like that. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place. My orange box cut to make the world go round. Plus some fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now.
That's a feel-good song.
Yeah,
that makes me feel so damn good, man. The only thing that kind of bugs me about that song is just the intro.
The intro,
it fits. It fits,
but yeah, it wasn't necessary.
But I could have done without it. Usually when that song plays on my personal playlist, I usually skip that intro part and just get straight to the song. You know what I'm saying? When I mean the intro, I'm talking about the woman supposed to be his mom talking to him. You know what I'm saying? I get it, it fits, but I usually just skip that part and get to the point where he's like hosting, getting ready to make the song, you know, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
part.
intro enough right there.
That's a great intro right there. And then the 3 verses, you know, I love milk with chocolate and the cookies butter crunch. Me too. You know what I'm saying? No one ever got that from me. I usually got it for myself, but I love those. You know, so I love chocolate milk and cookie butter crunch. As you know, starting to live lavishly towards the end, but he's like taking you through, like he's struggling, and how we started off with wearing the same stuff Monday through Wednesday, and girls used to play him because he was broke and this, and at the end he's talking about he wants to put money in his mom's hands and give his daughter this college plan so she don't need no man, which, you know, she ended up being a really good person. She's doing her thing, apparently. You know, I hear she's doing good in the fashion world, if I'm not mistaken. She's killing it. Shout out to her. You know, stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it.
Yeah.
And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Only make moves if your heart's in it. Don't make moves for the sake of making moves. Make it because that's what you want to do. That's great advice. That's a great quotable, you know. And like, for example, get yourself a Sky's the Limit Team Lionheart hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Make that move if your heart's in it. We got it. Just click the link in the description below. Don't play yourself. Don't cheat yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
The limit,
don't
man.
cheat. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Get yourself a Sky's the Limit hoodie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You some, man.
Get you some. Get you a description link below. You know, click on that and then check the store out. Yeah, it's a sky blue, Carolina blue hoodie. Sky's the limit written in the back in white. But it's a Carolina blue hoodie. Everybody that's popping got it. If you don't got it, become popping, get yourself one. Yeah, that's peer pressure.
Yeah, you ain't got none, you gotta get you some.
112 is probably my favorite R&B men's group. Like, you know, there's Boys to Men and New Edition and things like. 112 is my favorite.
Yeah,
in that genre.
I take 112 and Jagged Edge hand in hand.
I like Jagged Edge too.
I'll
Jagged
take them
Edge
both
too.
hand in
That's
hand.
funny. They were a Nasty Girl too. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, left and right, man.
And the 112 just is. They were perfect for Bad Boy, and they were perfect in the song. The beat was really smooth, and they just killed the hooks every single time. I love that song.
It's a great life lesson, man. Cause you can't do nothing if you're timid, man. Cause it's just gonna fail. You're gonna fail. Your heart gotta be in it, man.
Well, it's filled with pimps and hoes.
We'll just talk about those I know.
When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling. Will I fuck 'em, will I diss 'em? That's what these hoes yelling. I'm silking gators, spitting words, make a bird till they flock. See you later.
Too short. That man's mouth has always been reckless, but I love it because he's just being himself. He's just keeping it real. I can't knock him for that. But damn, this man's mouth is reckless. He's violated this apparent female. I don't know what she is, but you's a hoe. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
Yo, man.
That's the word.
But the iconic line of Biggie's, man. When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling what I fuck or what I diss.
Melted my brain. Biggie just melted my brain with the bird and the flock line. The way he just did that, I lost my shit for a second.
It makes sense where we come from too, cause when you getting your money and you making your money, and these hoes is gonna come to you and they're gonna try to fuck up your shit, and you might fuck up your shit because you might try to wife them, and you can't make your wife into a whole housewife.
You can't turn her into a housewife.
Pussy's a motherfucker, you weak, jealous motherfuckers. If you a jealous motherfucker, you just a weak motherfucker. See when
Ben's let off, ain't no shook hands in Brooklyn. Only fatigue, bring fatigue to enemies. Look, man, you want a desert. Dying in this shit, but it's pleasant. Kinda quiet, watch my niggas bring the riot. Now we close with diamonds. Niggas want my team to stop shining. Pray my fame.
He used to get those death threat calls almost on the daily. To the point, that's how he used to answer the phone. Yo, he's like, you soft. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He's just like, I'm gonna eat a dick.
Word.
Like, drops. And then you hear Puffy talking static, talking that shit, talking, you know, I like when Puffy gets into that bag. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Y'all can feel how you feel about Puff. Puff is a hype man. When Puff gets into that bag where he doesn't care, and he's like, his back is against the wall, I like when Puff talks that talk.
That's one of the things that make Hate Me Now tough too. Cause
right.
he up there popping his shit.
Talking his shit like, I don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck. We could go down anyway. Cause at the end of the day, yo man, Puffy can talk that talk. We know from results, he really will do it. He got the financials to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
6 and Nasheem Myrick for the production. Cause that beat, it just sound like they put a beat down and then they reversed it, because it kind of sound like it's going backwards. Yeah,
like it's being.
My men bust, you just move with such stamina. Slugs missed ya. I ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. Blood pressure.
Hold on. Wow. Okay, he's getting disrespectful now. Now we're getting disrespectful.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he do, man.
Right off the rip. I don't care what none of y'all say. This is a Tupac diss. Just because he didn't say the man's name don't mean that. Laugh now, cry later. Everybody know Pac got that laugh now, laugh now, cry later. I'm not talking about the Drake song. I'm talking about Pac. Had a tattoo on his back saying laugh now, cry later. He says I rhyme greater than the average player hater or spectators. Buy my CD twice. They see me on the streets to be like, yo, he nice. But that's on the low though. Be the cats with no doors try to play me at my show. I pull out 4 foes and go up in their clothes. He's talking some shit right there. Not necessarily it's not about Pac. He's talking about some other niggas. Some lame niggas that be trying to get at him. Trying to let him know like, you got no money. Why are you talking to me? We ain't mad at, I ain't mad at you. And then we ain't mad at you. Pac had the I ain't mad at you song. Slugs missed you. I ain't mad at you. But remember now, he said, now the year's new, I lay my game flat. I want my spot back, take 2. Motherfuckers mad cause I blew, niggas envious. So many niggas on my dick, shit strenuous. When my mirror's new, it's 97. Everybody's saying that, oh, He made this in 96. He just said the year is new. It's 9/7.
You're bleeding lovely with your spirit above me or beneath me. Your whole life you live sneaky. Let me look what you made me do. Brains blue, my team in the marine blue. 6 Coopers.
I gotta do this again. We gotta break down that second verse. He just said a lot right there. He just said a lot. I'm amped up right now.
Disrespectful.
Woo! He just said, how do you start off the second verse? He said, I'm flaming gats, aiming at these fucking maniacs, put my name in raps. What type of game is that? Like the hustle backwards. Who's the guy that kept putting Biggie's names in his raps? There's only one guy I know that kept calling Biggie out by his name. That was Pac. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It is. I'm not gonna even sit here and act like I don't like it. I love it. It's hard, but it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful at the same time.
Because Pac's already dead at this point. You dissing a dead guy now. But I can't lie, it's hard. I feel so conflicted because y'all know I'm a Pac fan, but Pac's my favorite actually. But I can't lie, this is fucking amazing.
I got the medicine. You turn green like cucumber skin.
Oh my God. Does his ad-libs and talk shit. This one he meant, you could tell he meant his shit. You could tell Puff's popping off his shit right here. Puff's talking about, you know who we talking about. We coming for you. We coming for you. You could tell he meant that shit.
It's a whole bunch going on with that song, man. RZA did the track.
Oh yeah, by the way, now that you showed me that RZA did the track, I can hear the horns and it sounds like a Wu-Tang.
It's still...
Once you showed me the name RZA, I'm like, I can hear the Wu-Tang influence behind this. That's fucking crazy.
How that happened?
How did RZA do the fucking... I thought they were beefing with the Wu.
I thought that too.
Maybe he's beefing with certain members from the Wu, not everybody in the Wu.
The chorus is supposed to be done by Capadonna.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what happened.
Wow. Wow.
So Biggie ended up doing it himself.
Wow. They probably took the beat because it was hot. They already had probably paid RZA off already. And then they're like, oh, let's take Capadonna off because we're not fucking with the Wu. Maybe that's why I mean, I mess with Wu-Tang. They like take them off. Okay, that could make sense to me. I can see that. Shit, maybe Capadonna heard the song and he's like, whoa, I'm not gonna be involved.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of this shit. Because he talked about Pac, about
you know,
the whole song.
As I leave my competition, respirator style. I spit phrases that'll thrill you. You're nobody till somebody kills you. Watch Casino, I'm the hip hop version of Nicky Tarantino. You're nobody till somebody.
I leave my competition respirator style. See my steps to success escalator style. Wow, that was hard as shit. I'm not gonna lie. Oh man, it's the song called "You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You," and then at the end he's explaining that you were a nobody until somebody killed you. Dark skinned Jermaine. What was his name? Dark skinned Jermaine. You see what I mean?
You know, he got a whole bunch of shit where years later you'd be like, oh.
And then it's like, another thing is like, it's also very eerie because this is the last song on the album. You're nobody till somebody kills you, and what happens? Somebody killed him. And I guess the way the universe works, it's like, be careful what you put out there.
Be careful what you put out there, man.
It's what makes it so good. Great album placement, great job to the producers. Biggie just Ready to Die. What did I say Ready to Die was, y'all? Did I give it an 8 out of 10? I think I said it was 9 out of 10. Ready to Die to me was 9 out of 10. Without question, this album is way more better. Way more improved. He's more versed, he's more experienced, he's more lyrical, he's been through more shit. Features did a great job featuring, better beats, better sound, more confident than ever. He's now rich. Before he was starting out, now he's rich. And he's ironically more hungry. And he's richer, but he's more hungry. And he had plans he's formulating, and it's like, it's crazy. And the thing that I'm upset is, I want to know. I know the third album is Born Again, but I really wanted to know what his idea for a third album would have been.
Exactly.
Was Born Again his idea? Not the way that album sounds, because those are songs that obviously were, you know what I'm saying? But what direction would he have gone?
Because you know he does things in phases, so
right. So was Born Again really a title that he had pictured for a third album? But we'll get into that when we do Born Again. Right now it's about life after death. Life after death is harder than Ready to Die. Ready to Die, but it's a story, y'all. Don't compare the two though. It's a story. It's supposed to get better. You know what I'm saying? Ready to Die is like a movie. That's how it started off, as a movie. Because it left off from suicidal thoughts. It's a movie. So then Ready to Die was him getting ready to die. He dies. Now he's talking about his life after death.
And it starts off with Previously.
It's amazing.
Like
previously.
Before, Ready to Die.
It's amazing.
And then go on to this one.
Crazy. Crazy. So, Life After Death, there's a reason this album gets so much accolades in it. There was not one weak track. Not one weak track. There was tracks that I liked way more than others.
Yeah, some that's not,
you know what I mean?
Not that whack, but just
not as impactful. You know what I'm saying? There's songs that I could I don't even want to use the word skip, because I do like them all, but there's some other songs I'm looking for way more than others. I'm looking for most of these songs. I'm looking for them. And this is a double disc album, y'all. So this is really two albums in one. This is 2 albums in one.
And you all know when you put out a double disc, that's a huge risk. Huge.
That's a lot of quantity of songs. But the good thing about it is, even though he gave us quantity, there was a lot of quality.
Yeah, it was all. Yeah.
You know, he wasn't just trying to shove a lot of music in our faces. There was something to it. My personal grade on this is 10 out of 10. Without question. This is not a classic. This is a timeless. Classic is different than a timeless, y'all. To me, this is timeless because, to me, this will be 40 years from now, and I'll probably, if I'm still alive, will still bump this.
Yeah, I do a 10 out of 10 too, but I'm gonna throw an asterisk on the 10 out of 10. Only because, like I said, because of the situation.
I can respect that.
The way he put together and formatted the album and painted the pictures how he did and showed his range and all that, that's a 10 out of 10. But the situations he spoke about, it's a great song, but I ain't like that situation.
Situation was kind of tough.
Yeah.
We got a little disrespectful.
Yeah, that's you know the asterisk right there. But it's still a good song.
You know what I'm saying?
It's still a good song.
Collabs. Talk about the collaborations on this album. LOX, Jay-Z. That right there is Crazy Enough Essence. You got Little Kim. You got Run DMC.
You got Bone Thugs and Harmony.
You got Mace, Puff.
Too Short.
112. I think Carl Thomas was on here.
Carl Thomas. He wasn't in the credits, but he's there.
It's a lot of features. Angela. A lot. There was some, and then I'm really, this album got me thinking about, damn, I really would have loved to see what the commission would have done. I'm gonna give Last Day, because that was just crazy, and I really like Jadakiss's part. I really do, the way they introduced him.
Yeah, and the way the beat tumbled.
That was hard. What's beef? I'm gonna go with What's Beef. Go with the joint with R. Kelly, Fucking You Tonight. Yeah. Those are my top 3 favorites for sure. Yeah.
I gotta go with Niggas Bleed, What's Beef, and Somebody Gotta Die.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Those are the ones that he took a paintbrush out and was like,
oh man. Other than that, I hope everybody stays safe out there. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support. It really does mean a lot for me. You know, let me put the business bad away for a second. I do really appreciate people rocking my videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm having fun doing these videos too. It's cool to just listen to music, break it down, and we going over it together. And I appreciate everything, the support and everything. And it's gonna only get better from here. And you know, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're gonna want to be a part of that. Don't jump on after it takes off.
Come on now.
Be a part of the process.
Be a part of my OG subscribers. You know what I'm saying? People are my OG. You know, I'm going hard for y'all. and we're gonna just only get better and better from here. And I'm coming out with new merch too, by the way. These are hot, but I do have some more stuff coming on the way. But for y'all to find out, you gotta go to my store. You gotta click the link, and you guys gotta keep updating. You guys gotta find out.
That link, man.
You have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out with some heat, and I'm really proud of the stuff that I'm coming out with, and I think you guys will like it too. I'm pretty sure, about 100%. At least 99.9% sure. So let's get that popping. I want everybody to please be safe out there. It's still a crazy world out there, you know. Just because things are looking to get a little bit better don't mean it's still not crazy out there. So just protect yourselves. Please be safe. And we gonna catch everybody in the next video. You know, I love everybody. Thank you for the support. And you know, this video is long enough. So I'm gonna end it right here. And yeah, catch you on the next video. And don't forget, subscribe. Thank you.